What is up, Rat Gang? Welcome back to the Rat with the Wallet YouTube channel. I'm back in the parking lot again tonight. Um, I like this parking lot. What can I say? I wanted to go to the blue light parking lot, but it was already 12, and I was like, I don't really want to drive like 20 minutes there and back. Um, you'll see me watching out quite a bit in this video. Oh my god, bro! I like when my hair like doesn't show the side of my forehead. Um, anyway, you'll see me watching out because there's a car that is in the parking lot, and there's definitely undercover police in there. I mean, it's obvious. It's extremely obvious. I was driving past and there was two guys looking over their shoulder out the window at me. It's obvious, okay? And like, as you guys know, I've had my fair share of run-ins with the undercover police doing these videos. They don't like the fact that I'm in the parking lot at night when no one else is around. They don't like it, alright? They don't. Which is okay, like, I do understand it. It's understandable, but like, they've pulled up my thing before. Like, they pulled up my record and they were like, you got pulled over this many days ago. You guys knew I got pulled over for this exact thing, yet you're still coming and talking to me. Like, I'm hoping now that I have the tripod, because last time they did it, I didn't have the tripod. So I'm hoping now that I have the tripod, they'll be like, yeah, you're very obviously just recording a video. Fingers crossed, alright? But it would be kind of cool to get stopped while recording a video. It would be pretty cool, I can't lie. And then, like, maybe I could, like, get them to talk on the video. You guys could like, you know, it'd be interesting. It'd be a fun thing to do. Um, Other stuff that we can talk about. Why don't we talk about police videos? I love watching police videos, the body cam footage. Um, I watched one today of this guy in a motel who was shooting at the officers from the window, and he shot an officer in the shoulder. And then there was these people in another hotel room just screaming at the officers, being like, you guys are stupid, you're pigs, you know, the normal stuff that people yell at police. And it was just so distracting. And they even said the N word. And by the way, they weren't the color of skin that you should be saying that with. Which even more like, bro, get out of there. You know, we don't want you here. Get off of my TV. You know. Um. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. But undercover police footage, not undercover police footage, body cam footage, really sick. I love it. They got to do. There was a movie on Netflix that was like a fake one, but it was all body cam footage and it looked like a real one. We need more of that. Imagine watching like a body cam, like a movie, but it's body cam footage and it's just on, like, in the theaters. How cool would that be? Tell me you wouldn't want to go to a movie theater and watch something like that. It'd be pretty cool. The car's coming this way. They stopped and they're still headed this way. So we'll see what they're doing. Okay, maybe they're not. Just in case, so I should probably blur that license plate. It's probably not too great to have that. They like to stop there. It's very uncomfortable. Okay, I don't know. They were driving the same car that another one was, but I think I saw a P plate on the front, and they were laughing at me. So, uh, maybe they weren't, and they were just bystanders, and they were laughing at me, which is okay. I mean, I'm talking to a tripod. Literally, they know I'm a famous vigilante YouTuber. They were like stopped right there though, which is, I mean, I get it. I get it. All right, shit like that happens. They were probably. I've had people like stop in their cars and take photos of me while recording these videos. And let me open up to you guys for a second. It's uncomfortable doing these sometimes, man. Like when I was first doing these videos, I just had a little deodorant can that would hide my phone, you know. And now I've got a tripod with all of my stuff on the hood of the car, wearing a mic. Speaking of the mic, yes, it is still on. I did charge it, but I only charged one of them, and I forgot which one I charged. So one of them are charged, one of them aren't. We won't find that out until one of them dies. So one of these videos will be very bad. Okay, warning. But yeah, it's strange when you upgrade because the more upgraded you become, the more noticeable it is when you're out in public recording these videos. At home, it's pretty fine because I'm just in my backyard. But even then, my neighbors can definitely hear me talking because I can hear them talking. Um, so it's uncomfortable, man. Like I've talked to you guys about it before, but I have like major anxiety. I struggle a lot in conversations. I get that I only talk on YouTube, so it doesn't seem like that. There's a security guard right there. But it's difficult. I find it very hard. Like a conversation with me is just like 10 minutes of a gap, one sentence, another 10 minutes of a gap. That's what conversating with me is like. And it's not because I can't think of anything to say. It's because I'm just nervous to say something. Like when people are driving past me while I'm watching these videos, you'll notice I do become a bit quieter. It's because not because I'm so embarrassed about doing YouTube. I'm embarrassed about talking. I don't want anyone to hear what I'm talking about, you know, besides people who are watching the video later on that don't judge me in the comments. I've had one person judge me, alright? And they said like that they prefer the cigarettes over me talking. Understandable. Understandable. Um whew. Alright, let's go. I'm not sure though, because they were watching me. Unless they're like narcs or something. Um, I don't know. And because they weren't dressed like an undercover cop, but they did have the kind of car that people had pulled me over in before with that. And they were watching me very strangely. So unless they thought I had a cool car when I was driving in, which I wasn't even driving in the parking lot. That was when I was driving past. So yeah. I know what they're doing. I mean, I think driving around a car park's a bit more sad than smoking, maybe. Um, I wouldn't just like they're doing circles around the car park before they came in here, and I don't know, doing circles around a car park in the middle of the night. Not what I'd be doing. There's factories literally like a minute away from here that are way funner to drive in. It's 10 times funner to drive in. It's empty roads that are wide. It's fun, and you're just gonna constrict yourself to a fucking car park. Sounds boring to me. It does. I think they're coming in again. Oh no, they're leaving. They stopped again. There they go. Maybe they heard me say the factory thing and they're gonna go drive to the factories. Good on them. Good on them. The factories are so much fun. You should have your license if you're watching these videos, alright? If you don't, because I set these to 18 plus. So if you're watching this and you're not 18 plus, maybe be careful, bro. Um, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest, as long as you aren't saying that I'm making you smoke or anything. I don't care. But you should have your license, so you know how fun driving is. All right. I've no idea where that car went. It just went down the driveway and disappeared. Oh well. Um, let's talk about something else. Oh, let's talk about biochemistry. All right, I'm a firm believer that you can do something with our genetics that's a lot less boring than just curing disease. Surely you can give me like, I don't know, gecko hands. Because surely like you can make me kind of crossbred kind of with like a gecko, and then I get gecko hands. Which, if you don't know, gecko hands. I think I've explained this before, but I'm gonna explain it again. Geckos are slowly becoming my new favorite animal because of their ability to grip on walls. That car, by the way, just drove into the next parking lot. Bit annoying, um, but it's okay. It's all right. Um, Gecko hands. Kind of. If you think of like a brush bristles, how they're like that kind of. They're like set out like that, and then have tiny little hairs on them, and it allows them the ability to grip up walls. Exciting stuff. Okay, this is cool stuff. Um, I reckon that's possible to ride into a human's DNA. Like, surely it's just your skin. Um, I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know. Watch Mojo did like videos on like 10 people with science experiments done to them, and there's like a pig guy. Um, so if you can make like a guy look like a pig, then surely you can make a guy with gecko hands, and then they can grip to the walls, which is pretty useful, like being a window cleaner. If you want like the skyscraper cleaners and you got gecko hands, you can just climb up the building, which would make it 10,000 times quicker than being on one of those metal janky things. Um, yeah, that's my opinion on biochemistry, if that's even what it's called. Mainly genetics. I feel like genetics is something that you can really play with, and we aren't doing it enough as a species. Um, as a species, we can do way cooler stuff. They're really trying to say that we can't. I reckon we could. I reckon we could have multiple different things, like I don't know, maybe make our hair pink naturally. It's one of the things I can think of. Imagine everyone pink hair. We could maybe make our skin blue. Possibility. Um, just fun stuff. We don't have much fun stuff. We're a little bit like stuck in time as a species. You know, nothing's really changed much. Our height's changed a little bit. We've gotten a little bit taller, but we're down on the decline again. So like now we're starting to get shorter and shorter again. Um, what else has changed in the past like couple 100 years? Life expectancy, but that's just because we don't live as rough as we used to. There's got to be something else that we can do here, you know, physical, not just like in the bloodstream or in the I don't know, in the body. I want more physical aspects. Give us tails, you know, fluffy tails. Give us fluffy skin, which you can do technically. You just grow your hair out all over your body and don't shave, but it doesn't look too cute. Like you don't end up looking like a puppy, you know. Um, I don't know. I want to look like a nah. I don't really want to look like a dog, to be honest. I like the way I look currently. Um, I think it would be kind of cool to have like little elf ears or something. That would be kind of sick. Just because then you could like you go to a Comic Con or something, you could just not have to have those itchy attachments that go on your ears. Um, Maybe I reckon you could give human superhero like through science. I have a sister who's a scientist, so I really should know all this stuff. Um, I have asked her a couple questions, mainly related to like sea stuff, because she more knows like sea science. I don't know, ocean science, water science. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Um, but I've asked her stuff about that, like I don't know how the waves work, and her answer was like some boring shit that I didn't care about. You gotta, if you're gonna teach someone something, you gotta make it interesting, all right? And if I don't remember it, then you didn't teach it well enough. Speaking of teaching, now that we have a new three subscribers in the past like 2 days, let's bring up Magic the Gathering again. Because I spoke about this last time, and I don't think enough of you were interested in this awesome game. Um, this game unlocks a level of creativity that you're never gonna get in life without it. It brings you friends. It's the only cool thing that Discord mods have ever done. All right. Besides maybe like I don't know. A lot of the Discord mods nowadays do like YouTube fitness videos. I've noticed. And they for some reason like always ripped. I have noticed that a lot, so I got to give them credit for that. Um, but other than that, Magic the Gathering. So cool fitness science stuff and Magic the Gathering. Two best things that Discord mods have ever. Oh, and the video chat Omega videos that Discord mods always used to do. It's not even Discord mods, it's just Discord guys, you know. I think Discord mods is meant for the worst of the worst. Discord guides are like a little bit of a lighter example of that, but they're still kind of odd. And then there's like the people who join Discord to join gaming places, um, which are normal people that know how to shower. Now this may sound like I'm being Discordist. Um, I am. I've met a lot of people who are heavy Discord users in my life, and by a lot I mean a lot. Um, as you know, I've played Magic the Gathering. I've done a little bit of D&D. I done other stuff. I've played video games. Um, and let me tell you, not one of them have been cleansing. Now, have I used Discord before? Yes, I have to be able to join groups through, say, there's a Minecraft server that I want to join. You got to join Discord for that, all right? And same with I don't know, wanting to join a creators community, you know, something like that. Have I actually socialized on there to the point where I'm on there more than at least once a month? No, 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 I haven't. Um, in fact, I don't have it downloaded at the moment. That's partially because I don't really play video games that much anymore. As you know, the most recent game I've played, Spider-Man 2, um, came out at least 2 years ago, surely, maybe last year, 2 years ago. I'm gonna say though. So yeah, not a massive gamer anymore like I used to be. Um, it's a shame. I do miss when I used to game a lot, because when I used to game a lot, it felt like time was just slowly going by, which is partially the reason why I kind of stopped. Was because I would be waking up in the morning, pressing the power button, and then boom, it's the nighttime already. Which I didn't like that, especially when I used to skate a lot, because I wouldn't have a lot of time to skate during the day, which is obviously helpful when you're skateboarding because you got to be able to see. I mean, I've skated at night, obviously, but one rock will get you, and I've had my fair of incidences where I don't know, I used to get I didn't smoke cigarettes. All right, I smoked. I read somewhere that bay leaves uh can make you feel good. So like I'm a teenager who's young. I want to feel like a cool guy because that's what all the cool guys do. So I used to do that while I would skate in the middle of the night. And then, like, I'd have a friend who also did the same thing. And then you want to share what you're doing in active time, thinking that you're being cool, but you're not, being a bit of an idiot, trying to look like a loser. Plus, you're smoking A2 paper that is meant to be for writing on. So I would record that on Snapchat. And if you know what Snapchat's like in pitch black, has a flashlight and it lights the whole screen up, makes it all white, really bright. All right, which is very blinding when you're, moving at a fast speed, decently fast, in the pitch black. So you're just blinded. And there's one time I was riding past the park, was doing that, showing off that I'm skateboarding and smoking, maybe doing a little bit of a, I don't know, I'll just say power slide, maybe doing a little power slide, showing something cool. And then boom, whole world stops. What the hell is happening? I look forward at the park and I see two people watching me, probably judging me like, bruh, who does this kid think he is? And while I'm stuck in place, I look down at the ground that I can barely see and I see a line. All right, kind of like the line that's in front of me right now. There's a crack right there. See a line, and I see my front wheel stopped at the line. And I'm like, oh no. All right, not a good feeling. Then you know what happens? I fall face first. I even graze my palm, which is a feeling like no other. And as I'm lying there, I look back at the couple, I presume, that was at the park, and they're looking back at me with a smile on their face, and not a comforting smile, not an "Are you okay?" smile of pure hatred. All right, smile that they wanted this to happen, and little me could not deal with this. All right, I was like, nah, bro, I'm not losing all this aura. I get back on the board, lightly push off. This time, no more Snapchat, and that was the last time I ever did that kind of thing, except for if I was on a BMX, which was a bit easier to be able to see and not have to avoid cracks at all cost. Um, so yeah, that's a fun story on how I learned not to use Snapchat while skateboarding at night. Um, BMXing, I've talked a lot about BMXing. Sadly, I don't have a BMX anymore. What happened to it, you ask? Well, I was going off of a little wall. I'm not talking about a big wall, by the way. If you think I'm talking about a big wall, you're mistaken. I mean like a wall, maybe a little bit under boob height, um, like this high. Jump off, land on the ground, and the worst thing that you can hear when you're on a BMX, you hear a little cling, 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 cling. The bolt fell out, all right, and it wasn't just the bolt for the pedal; it was for the whole, what do you call it, chain system. And see, my dad wasn't too. He's not too much of a mechanical guy. He's good with working with wood, good with like building. He's absolutely trash at working at anything that requires wheels. All right. And this was before I knew anything about working with stuff with wheels. Now I can wrap my head around it. So we were like, this bike is done for. I grew up very broke. That meant the end of bike life entirely. All right. That was when I was about 15, probably. I'd say 15, maybe 16. No, it was 15 because it was before I broke my arm. Um, which is a bit odd because, as you guys know, I built a full BMX track with a broken arm, and the reasoning for that was I was trying to convince myself that one day I would get it back, my BMX, but I didn't. And the BMX track did also happen before I broke my arm. It was kind of like a 2 year thing, on and off. Oh, I wish I could go back there and show you guys. I really would, but I think that it's overgrown by now, and there wouldn't be much to show you guys. And if there is, it's because someone else took it over, which would be very painful to see. Because they definitely didn't have the cool ideas I had. Next project that I'm working on will be a fire pit. I'm working on a sunken fire pit. Just measuring it out, getting the feels for it. If you go on my Instagram, you saw I was having a fire the other night. That was when this little idea sparked in my head, and I was like, I could easily build a fire pit. I've built one before, but it wasn't sunken. This time I want it in the ground. Just so that way I can look out over the grass, watch my enemies to come. As you guys know, I've been on a bit of a vigilante journey. And with that, when you're taking down people like the mafia, the bikies, and the Australian government, there's a bit of an issue there because you make a lot of enemies. So I've been working on a watchtower for my house. Been working on some turrets. If you guys can't see my car because I'm not going to show you, but there's actually a turret on the roof at the moment. It's tough being a vigilante because you just want to help everyone out, stop crime. But in doing that, you might end up in the bottom of a ditch. All right, it's rough, I know. But in being a vigilante, I can also do this cool thing, you know, where I was trying to think of something, but I couldn't, to be honest. Um, you know, this little brain can only comprehend so much at one time happening. I think we've had 3 cigarettes in this one, which is more than the usual two. And smoking leads to diabetes, so and it makes it worse too. Damn. Lifestyle factors such as poor diet, as you guys know, I do suffer from, can increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, but smoking also increases the risk. Damn. People with diabetes who smoke are more likely to get damaged blood vessels and need limb amputations. Fire. Um, I've actually been really wanting a bionic arm, which I have spoken about in one of my previous videos on superhero stuff. A metallic arm. Let's talk about someone real quick. And who I'm going to be talking about is the Winter Soldier. You may have heard of him from movies like Captain America. You may have heard from him from movies such as Avengers. Maybe even Thunderbolts. You might have heard of him from there. He's a cool guy, got a metal arm that's really strong. I wouldn't mind losing an arm to be able to gain one back that's a million times stronger, alright? Maybe even some legs. You've seen those videos with the kangaroo legs? I wouldn't mind it, alright? Now I'm saying that and I probably would get some sort of like phantom pain, some feel a bit bad. But I wouldn't mind it. It opens up the realm of possibilities. You know, I can't just go and cover my hand in metal. Alright? Because if I did, I don't know what would happen, but it would probably burn me when it's liquefied. Um, I don't know, but a metal hand would be pretty sick as long as it's got controlment. You know, to be able to control your hand. It would rust very easily, I reckon, because I would not remember to take it off. There's the issue with that. A leg might be a bit easier than a hand because I mean I guess the hand doesn't have to be there. You have this one, but like a leg you can at least limp walk on. I don't know if this is coming across as me being mean. I'm not. I'm genuinely being serious. I'm trying to wrap my head around what it would be like to lose a limb. I'm looking at all the good aspects of it to try and convince myself that I'm okay with having type 2 diabetes. All right. Um, I don't know what it would be like to be honest. I've never had diabetes before. Um, so I can make light of it. All right, because I've never had it. Now, will I get it in the future? Who's to say? I could. I couldn't. I could be one of those people who don't get that kind of thing. Because I'm blessed with stuff like that. But maybe I'm not invincible like I think I am. All right, happens like that. I think that's enough talking. I would say it's because I'm running out of things to say, but it's actually just because we're at 30 minutes, which is a long time to be watching a YouTube video, and I can't take up too much of your time. Sorry, I do post 7 days a week though, so if you want to hear more of me, go back and watch those. Subscribe while you're at it. As you guys know, we're gonna probably do a buffet video at 50. Tell me why you wouldn't want to see that. Um, Now you want to join the Rat Gang. As you hear it in every video, I started off by saying, "Hey, Rat Gang." That's not saying hey to you if you're not actually a part of Rat Gang. To be a part of Rat Gang, you need to one, subscribe. You need to either follow the Instagram or TikTok if you have it. If you don't, I'll make an exception, which is always in my bio, as you guys know. And you need to rep the gang sign, alright? If you don't know how to do the gang sign, I'm gonna teach you because we have a couple newcomers. Alright, this is how you do it. So you get your pointer finger. See the one I'm swirling around? Ooh, why is this trippy though? I don't know, something about that's trippy. So you do that, and then you put it on your middle finger like that. Extend your ring finger down, tuck your pinky, tuck your thumb. And then you got a little R that you can rep up for Rat Gang. Pretty cool. Alright, it's pretty sick. You can just throw it up, boom, throw it up, boom. Pretty sick. You're in a photo with some people, you can wrap it up. People think that you're in some type of gang. Little do they know you're in the best of them all. Remember, you take a photo with some celebrities, you wrap the gang sign, maybe ask them to do it. Alright? Take a photo with a group of friends, you all do the gang sign, alright? You have to. It's mandatory. It's something you gotta do. Alright. Let's close this out now. You didn't hear a clap there because I didn't actually clap. I'm trying to be quiet. Alright. Let's do this. Let's end the video. Peace out, Rat Gang. Rat Gang, baby. Have a good night.